What's up, everybody, and welcome to Weekday Wagers live on a Wednesday. No, you are not mistaken. I am DG. I'm here and I'm hosting today because Robbie is out doing some business, but I'm here and I'm ready to rock and roll. But if you're not watching the show on a live basis, we're live every Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern right here. Yeah, the Weekday Wagers YouTube channel. But we're live. If you're not watching live, you're already behind. And today, thank you all for hanging out with us. It's been a little bit of a change, but we're going to roll with the punches because that's what we do here. We're three guys that have a whole hell of a lot of fun, and we're going to continue to have some fun. We might not be your cup of tea, but you know what? Drink it all in, baby, because that's what Chris Jericho once said is drink it all in, man. And so today, on the show, you're going to get a little glimpse of what we normally do. We're actually covering 4 sports. Look at all these references today. The 4 horsemen. Yeah. So the 4 sports that we're going to cover today, we're going to get through all of them. We're going to give you a little bit of a plays. We're going to give you a little bit of insight on those. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. But before we go ahead and move forward to bring in our boy, Marky Motto, let's go ahead and look at how he did. And that's at the X yesterday on little diamond and ice. I think he got the diamond, but the ice completely missed because they only scored 1 goal. But our guy, the prop daddy himself, 1 hit, 1 point. Aaron Judge coming through. And then I think it's Kale Maker. I don't eat kale, so I don't know if it's Kale Maker, but I believe it is. But it's at a plus 106. A good 1+ hit, 1+ point cash for him. But let's waste no time. We have a lot to get into today on the show. Let's bring in our guy, Marky Motto. What up, man?
Did you say Kale Maker?
I don't know what his name is.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's go with it. It's Kale McCarr, but I like Kale Maker better.
Maker.
I like it better. Listen, this is going to be such a great hockey season with you as a NHL aficionado now. I can't wait to hear you kind of pronounce some of these names. And I am so happy. It is day freaking 1 here at the Weekday Wagers YouTube channel. So excited. We've got our forever home. It just feels good. I'm not even worried about last night's X. By the way, I hate the LA Kings now. So it is what it is.
Well, speaking of hockey, your boy is going to be a hockey fan this year. And I do not have a team. There is no team in Memphis. And so I talked with you and I talked with the chat. I'm like, I need to have a team name or be a fan of a team. Let me get it right. And I have asked many questions to you, and I've done some Googling, and I broke it down to 3 teams that I feel good about.
Okay.
And I made my decision. I'm not going to tell you who. I think you know who, but I don't think you know who it is. And so because of that, yeah, it's not the Stars because my team has not played yet and they do not play today. They play Thursday. So with that being said, check your schedule.
I got to go.
And I've already broken down to 3 teams, but I know which one. And I'm stoked. I've never been a hockey fan. I've been to a playoff game before with the St. Louis Blues, not too far from here. And it was electric. I loved it. And so hopefully maybe more into the future. But that's enough for tomorrow because when they play tomorrow, I'll announce it. And I think we'll have Robbie Hockey on the show.
What? I mean, all that build up to... Anyway, let's move on. I was so ready for you to drop the ball on this one. And like New Year's Eve.
Nope.
I thought this was the countdown in Madison Square Garden where we were going to saw the crystal ball drop down and we were going to get the big team announcement. Nope. Or that you were going to flip the cap around and be like, I've taken my skills to wherever it is, whatever team that you're choosing.
It's talents, not skills.
Whatever.
We've already had the second decision from LeBron. He's Hennessy. We're not doing that. Yes, I might be teasing a little too much, but you know what? We're going to keep rolling with it.
Look, even Kim's like, and you thought LeBron left you hanging with
My bad. Boom Boom wants to persuade me with some tickets to the Predators. Maybe. Listen, it's not too late, is what I will say. Because it is tomorrow, like my decision will be. But thank you all for hanging out with us. We're going to get into what we call Robdar because he's not here. Little Robbie's radar. He put it all together, left us up complete notes. We're going to hit on it today. But then tomorrow when he's on the show, we're going to hit on it as well. A little bit more, maybe more in depth, but we'll have a little bit of two different shows to hit on his Robbie's radar. And then tomorrow, guess who we have? Hello, Raphael. Raphael will be with us as well. But let's talk about the WNBA game because it is game 3 tonight. It was between the Aces and the Mercury. And now going back to Phoenix. What does the model say about the game tonight?
So, look, I think the model is taking into account Phoenix's really slow style of play, especially at home. I know when they were in Vegas, it was a very up-tempo, and we made a lot of money backing the Vegas team total overall. When the Aces win, they are scoring more than 80 points a game. In Phoenix slows that tempo down, and that's what I lean the same way the model does. So the line right now is at 163.5.
Okay.
The model has this one projected at 159. So there's a lean to the under there. With the Aces actually being the underdog here and getting 4.5 points. The model has this separated on a 1 point difference. I love catching the 4.5 with the team that has already jumped out to a 2-0 lead and has won convincingly at home. So I love that play.
Well, this is a 7-game series, and so I know we haven't seen a 7-game series just yet into the WNBA because I believe it went from 3 to 5 and then now 7. Correct.
Yep.
And so tonight we're going to see. It is the finals. It is a 7-game series. But if you don't win game 3 for Phoenix, it's pretty much all but a wrap, right? Because you're talking about winning one of the next 4 games for the Aces. And so tonight will be a really good fight, in my opinion, between two teams. And I have, I believe I put 3, maybe 4 plays up on the. I love this game for the WNBA tonight because there's so many different ways you can attack it. And I believe I have 3 overs and an under because with these teams, you know what you're getting, and I love when you have a little, you have some familiarity with these teams, and so because of that, these lines are really spot on. I like it.
And there's that familiarity. There's also that desperation aspect, and especially when you're looking at a Phoenix team that has to find some way to shut down the Aces, especially Aja Wilson in particular, or Chelsea Gray. I think that what's so funny? Aja?
Her name is not Aja.
Ajita. Right? That's the Italian Ajita, like heartburn?
It's Asia Wilson.
No, Asia spelled A-S-I-A.
Oh, my God. I love you, Mark, but your pronunciation game is mid. Cooked, as the kids say now. But the game should be fun tonight. But that's enough of the WNBA because guess what we have? It's Rob Dar. Woo-wee. We got a little Evan Ingram here, starting off with the Denver Broncos taking on the New York Jets. I'm going to let you take this one. We're going to kind of go back and forth, and so I'll give you the first one and the third, and I'll take 2 and 4 because you're definitely more odd than me. So go ahead and give me your Evan Ingram take from Mr. Robbie.
So Robbie likes Evans 23 at least 23 receiving yards at -108. He also likes the 3+ receptions at -135 and the anytime TD at +300. That's 3 for Evan Ingram. I'm reading his notes right here on Evan Ingram. It says he seems to finally be healthy now. Seeing his targets increase over the last 2 weeks, 7 in week 4, 6 in week 5 with the touchdown. And Cam Sutton's been locked down in his last 4 games against the Jets, which should open the door for Ingram to see even more targets than he has been. He's gone over 3+ receptions in 3 of the 4 games this season, and the Jets have allowed at least 3 receptions in 4 of their last 5. Going over the 23, he seems to do it naturally. He's done it in his last 2 games since being healthy, and the Jets have given up at least 23 receiving yards and 4 of their last 5 games to tight ends.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I want you to say this one with some passion because I feel like Robbie would say this part with passion.
If you're feeling dangerous, like Russell Wilson, Evans TD prop is at plus 300. He scored last week, and the New York Jets have allowed 4 touchdowns in their last 2 games to guess what? Tight ends.
I love that. I was reading over it and I saw that if you're feeling dangerous, like Russell Wilson, it had me cackling like I am right now. So check out Evan Ingram taking on the Jets. If you look at the Jets, and I make these graphs over here to the far right because I look at how they base compared to the league. And so if you look at, if you're looking at the different things where it's a catch, the route, the opponent, or whoever it might be, I take into account how they match up with them and how the player, is. And so it is made up, but it is realistic because it is going against a lot of their opponents. And so Evan Ingram, good matchup, especially as of late, for sure. Let's go ahead and go to this next one because I love this guy and Jake Ferguson. And look at that over there. It looks like the freaking Pentagon. It is locked down, as they say. But let's go to Jake Ferguson. You can attack us in many different ways because he's been going off like crazy lately. CeeDee Lamb is out, and he's 5th in the league in targets with 48. That's in the league. He has the most by a tight end. And so because of that, he's averaging 9.6 targets, 8.2 receptions, 54.4 receiving yards per game this season, 3 tutters in the last 2 games. All right, let's go to the other side. Carolina, they suck against the tight end. They've allowed 32 receptions, 401 receiving yards, most in the league. 3 tutters to the tight end position this season. Waller just went off against them for 5 of 78 and a touchdown. Why can't our guy Jake Ferguson, who has number 4, Dak Prescott, throwing to him, and when he can hurdle over these, I love it. So yes, give me some Jake Ferguson this week. I think this is the best matchup on the board so far that I've found through our defense versus position numbers that we look at. Jake Ferguson, I think, goes off this weekend for sure.
I do like that Ferguson play. I'm seeing Robbie's notes here for the next one, and maybe you ought to take this.
You don't like it?
You're gonna look. I know that this is going to make you really happy that I have to go through this one, but we're going to target Devon Achane.
Achane.
Okay.
Achane.
The rushing and receiving yards and his anytime TD at plus 100. I'm reading this verbatim, and I know that Robbie is dying right now as I'm doing this. And I quote, "It's time we have a serious talk about the Chargers and their rush defense." No, it isn't.
Wow.
It isn't. It's not. They've allowed 83, 79, and 111 rushing yards in their last 3 games. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is that we have to have that conversation. Ja'Cory Croskett Merritt went nuclear last week. Okay, he's with 2 touchdowns and a total of 150 yards rushing and receiving. Their offense, not that great. But losing 2 offensive linemen will have that effect. And that I totally agree with. I know that Chargers made that trade for defensive end. They're shoring up the defensive line. So hopefully, I don't know how much that's going to play into his place here. But I think the offensive line is next. Devon had a rare quiet game last week against Carolina. Exactly. But as I stated, as bad as Carolina's been, they've been stout against the run. Achane is a dual threat running back that can do damage on the ground and through the air. He's gone for 122, 91, and 101 rushing receiving yards in 3 of the last 4 games. He also found the end zone last week. And despite being a little quiet on the stat sheet, he found pay dirt in 4 of his last 5 games. The Chargers have allowed 3 touchdowns all season long. No, I take that back. The Chargers have allowed 3 touchdowns to the RB1 in their last 3 games, and he's already placed his bet. Robbie has already put his money where his mouth is on the Devon Achane anytime touchdown.
All right, so he likes him to get into the end zone. Maybe that'll be some of the pay dirt talk as we get closer to the games this week. But let me go ahead and go to the last one. And this is a stiff arm from hell from our guy, Josh Jacobs. He's taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, and I just shared with y'all that I just think that Carolina sucks. Well, guess who else sucks on defense? And that is the Cincinnati Bengals. Josh Jacobs coming off of a bye week. He's averaging 66.5 rushing yards and 96.3 rushing and receiving. So he's catching the ball enough, but he's running wild over most of these teams. He's got 4 touchdowns in 4 games. His touchdown prop is just unplayable at this point, but them being a 14-point favorite against the Bengals, which is crazy, plays into a great game script for them. And so I expect him to run wild. Cincinnati, they were allowed 613 rushing yards on the season, 4 touchdowns to their opponent running back. Because of that, I think that he runs crazy again. And so I think I actually got the better of these 2 matchups with Josh Jacobs and Jake Ferguson, even though I like all 4. But I think Josh Jacobs goes crazy. And so we'll see how this plays out. But Robbie's been nails on these. And so I would make sure you pay attention to these 4 names that he's given. He doesn't give out lines because, one, sometimes the lines don't make it out yet. But with these 4, I guarantee that you're going to look at these and go, hey, I'll remember those 4 when it comes to Sunday for sure. So any thoughts on Josh Jacobs before we give you our plays for tonight?
I love the Josh Jacobs plays. I think that he is absolutely going to see so much of the rushing share in this game simply because Green Bay is going to be winning this game. All they're going to be doing is looking to chew up the clock, keep the run game out there, keep Cincinnati's pathetic offense off the field, and just wear down the defense, which has been very easy to do so far for the first 5 weeks of this season.
Yeah, but guess what? Joe Flacco is coming.
Yeah.
He's heading that way.
So's Christmas.
True. They're both coming for sure. But that is your Robbie's radar. He'll give a little bit more on that tomorrow as we discuss more in depth anything that he likes or maybe things that have changed. And so you never know within day-to-day things will change. We're going to hit on Thursday Night Football tomorrow as well with Rafi and our guy, Robbie. But it's time. It's weekday wagers. Why would we not have wagers? But you know why? Put a little spicy on it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Seabass, the only 5-star chef in the game. We all know sports betting is full of bad beats and tough calls, but when it comes to flavor, there's no second guessing. Bassett's Blends is the plus EV lock of every meal. We don't need a stinking model. Crafted with winning spices and bold taste, Bassett's Blends comes in 3 flavors, original, hot, and no salt, that's going to turn chicken, steak, vegetables, any dish into a can't-miss cover every night. With Bassett's Blends, there's no bad beats, no flavor fades, just guaranteed greatness. Check out the link right here where you can pick up your Bassett's Blends for a guaranteed lock every single night.
If Seabass was here, he would say the same thing as Seth, and it's hit the like button. And we appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is day 1 of us being on, live, at least live on Weekday Wagers. And so thank you all for hanging out with us. As we said, it is a little bit of a change, but we roll with the punches, and we're going to keep on going the direction that we're going. But it's time to give you some plays, and I'm going baseball, and I'm going first because I'm going to lead off here. And I'm going to go with somebody who has been hot, but I got a little question. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Vladdy.
Vladdy who?
Vladdy Daddy. Nobody's hotter than the Vladdy Daddy right now. And because of that, I think he goes off and over the 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. It's at minus 115. I'm telling you, Vladimir Guerrero is killing it right now. And especially against the Yankees, he is super hot. So the last 4 games, he's had 2+ hits, runs, and RBI. But over the last 3, they've only played 3 in this series against the Yankees in the playoffs. He's had 21 hits, runs, and RBIs. I think he continues to stay hot. And I don't care if Mr. Schittler is playing tonight. I don't care about the Schlittler, whatever his name is. He pitched a game of his life last game going up against Boston. That's not going to continue. And so Vladdy Daddy cashes tonight over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs.
That was absolutely the worst knock-knock joke ever. Wow. How do I follow that up? Easy. I'm going to the WNBA. We already talked about it. I do think I'm taking the Aces first half, not their total game, the first half team total over 39.5. You can get that at -104. Look, the reality is simple. As I mentioned before, when Vegas scores points, especially if they go over 80, they're going to win the game. More importantly, the last 2 games that they've played against Phoenix, they have chalked up 45 and 46 points in the first half. Phoenix is going to play a slower style of game. They're going to slow this tempo down. They're going to force the Aces into a half-court kind of set. That's not where the Aces like to live. I don't see that happening in the first half. I do see it happening in the second half, especially in a close game. Expect Phoenix to slow walk this thing all the way through. Give me the first half over 39.5.
All right, so if you like this game, you're probably going to like the Aces, and so target them in the first half. So he likes it's just the Aces in the first half, correct?
Correct. Yeah, that's the Aces first half team total.
All right, so go ahead and get that in now. But we're having a good time for sure here, and I think we have a new segment, and I don't know how I feel about this because it's new for me, maybe not for you. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're going to try our best. Let's go light the lamp real quick with Marky Model. Mark, who are the guys on this screen?
So you got Connor McDavid, Alex Ovechkin, Morgan Geekie, hey, Bobby McGee, Bobby McCann.
Okay.
And Anz Kopitar.
Not playing that one. Not playing that one. All right. I'm going to let you go first. I do know the first 2 guys. They're known people. But I do have a question. Who does Connor McDavid play for?
Edmonton Oilers.
And Ovechkin's Washington, right?
Washington Capitals.
Look at those. I'm so smart. All right. Who's the geek play for?
Boston.
All right. So they're girls, Morgan? Not a girl. Okay. All right. Bobby McCann plays for who?
Toronto. You're so stupid.
All right. Go ahead.
And Anz Kopitar plays for the Kings. Why is he pictured there? Because the Kings are playing Vegas. They're on a back-to-back. What a horrible way to start the season, by the way. Who the hell is making the NHL schedule when they're like, okay, the LA Kings, you played your first game in LA. And then, the next game, you're flying to Vegas for a back-to-back to open up the season.
I bet it was the commissioner, if I had to guess.
Probably. The one guy who loves going to Vegas to play for the LA Kings is Anz Kopitar.
I'm glad you took that one.
At plus 400? Absolutely. His last 5 games in Vegas, he has scored a goal in 4 of the 5. I love this spot for him. He is retiring at the end of the season. The Kings are going to look to get him involved, to get him really going, especially this being his last season. I love the spot in a city that he has always done very, very well in.
I did see, as Tony brings this up, I don't see a Tikachuk anywhere on here.
There's no Tikachuk.
TJ is going to go off the list and go Tavares at a plus 180.
Yep.
All right. Well, as you know, I'm not going to do this by myself, and I would be remiss to take the easy way out and say McDavid and Ovechkin because honestly, Ovechkin's both of them just badasses. Like they're just awesome. So I'm going to ask my guy, King 8 Ball, because I'll probably never get to do the light the lamp again. Like this might be my only time.
This is the best segment ever, though, when you go to the 8 Ball.
All right. So we're going to go and ask about Morgan Geekie because I think that would be the one I would choose personally. So I'm going to go with that one first. And so I almost broke him last night. Okay. Just so we're on the same page. All good. I was nervous. rolled off and should not have rolled off. And it hit hard. But we're going to ask Morgan Geeky, 8-ball. They're going to score a goal. As I see it, yes. Perfect. All right. Who does Morgan Geeky play for again?
Boston.
Bruins. Who are the Sabres?
Buffalo.
God, I knew it was a B. That sounded right. All right. So I wasn't terrible. All right. So I'm going to go with Morgan Geeky. Who again?
Boston Bruins.
I'm an idiot.
This is going to be a long hockey
Swear to God.
season.
All right. Morgan Geeky of the Boston Bruins, and you're going Ans Kopitar. And we're going to go with the LA Knights. Kings. God, dog. LA Knights, the wrestler.
Playing the Vegas Golden Knights.
All right. This is horrible. I apologize to everybody that knows anything about hockey because I promise I know the game enough. I don't know that much, but I know the game enough.
So RJ says we should have a new segment. It should be just DG reading hockey names. I think the better segment would be DG coming up with the team and their mascot, and then
don't do that. I am bad. I did see a Phoenix Coyote the other day. That's not even a team name, is it?
No, it used to be.
Oh my God.
They're now
Wild.
in Utah.
The Minnesota Wild.
That's
who I was thinking of.
Yeah, the Phoenix Coyotes are in Utah now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to transition to that one.
The Coyotes grew up to be mammoths.
Yeah. All right. Well, Kim's over here, and she's going to take. Oh my God! What are you doing? That's too many vowels. Pavel. Is it Pavel? Pavel or Pavel?
It's just called Finding Dora.
Pavel Dorofeyev.
Yep. Dorofeyev.
Yeah, that was easy. All right. Well, thanks, Kim. Giving me the hardest possible name. Whatever. All right. But we do have an announcement on the show. We do have an announcement because we do want to share about the NFL Overdrive. So if you've been a part of our shows on Friday, we want to make sure that we know and let everybody know ahead of time. And so this is going to be our giveaway. And a kind of a giveaway if you can earn it. So if you scan the QR code starting on Fridays, I will make sure Fridays for the most part. Maybe not first thing in the morning because I do have a life. I do have kids, but a little early morning, I will have it all up and running. And so by the time of the show, I can guarantee it will be ready. You can scan the QR code at any moment. It'll take you to our Google form. And all you have to do is just pick the 10 winners. And it will be simple questions of either over, under, or you're picking one team or the other. 10 questions. There will be a tiebreaker question depending on if somebody actually does beat us. And when we say beat us, it is me, Robbie, and Mark. We're all taking this individually. We're all guessing individually, but you're going to have to beat us all as a whole. You're going to have to beat every single one of us. And if you can do that, I'll give you $100 bill. And then Mark is going to give you a code that gets you 6 months free over at justicestatsports.com. So you can take your $100 and you can go to Just Stat Sports and get the plays and double, triple your money if you'd like, or you could just take it and buy yourself some lunch. Whatever.
And if you're already subscribed,
okay,
then we will take that 6-month subscription fee and just apply it in cash to the $100. So you're not losing a thing.
Okay. Yep. So I am an idiot at explaining things. And RJ says you have to beat all of them the same week or overall, all of us the same week. So if I go 7-3, you go 2-7 or 2-8, like you normally do. And then Robbie goes 5-5. You just have to be better than 7-3. The highest score, you have to be better than that one. So you'd have to go 8-2. And if you tie us, sorry, you're not getting our money. I'll give you like a handshake and a hug, but I can only do it virtually because I'm not around you all. But you will get a good job, pat on the back.
And this is open to everybody, including everybody in the chat and our mystery shoppers and everybody watching.
Yep, everybody. It'll be open to anybody that wants to play. Come on and take us on. I I'm telling you, we're putting our money where our mouth is. We're better than you, and you're going to know it. I'm just being honest. I'm not going to lose.
Look,
I put up the money, and you're not going to get it.
I was obviously the weakest link in the first 5 weeks, and I still whooped the chat's ass. So,
yep. So yeah. So get on board. Starting Fridays, we're going to do this every day. We're gonna put this up here, and you're gonna scan it and play along. It will be open from Friday whenever it is up. So I'd say mid-morning. I'll make sure I have it up, and then all the way until Sunday at kickoff. I will not put any of the European games wherever they are. I will not play those anymore. It'll be Sunday at the 1 o'clock Eastern kickoff time. That's when I will shut it off. And so if you're already in, you're in, and then we'll just kind of see what happens. And so. Yeah, should be a fun time.
Joe's thrilled about this announcement. Finally, the corruption of Overdrive is fixed.
Yeah, the only thing that we need from you is you will need your email address. We had people that did it last week, and I didn't hear any complaints. I don't care about your email address or anything, but it makes you put one in, and it actually allows us to know who you are. And so that's the biggest thing. I might add in a first name this time, because I did see somebody's email and I was like, I don't even know who actually that is, because usually your email says mine says Greer or something. And so so I'm going to add in a first name, just so we know who you are, just so it helps kind of keep y'all separated. So I can't get away from the email on there. So give me your email, but also I just needed your first name so I can figure it out. But yes, thank you all for
we're actually going to learn. We're actually going to learn Nonsense's first name. This is going to be crazy.
It's just going to say nonsense.
That's nonsense.
All right, so everybody's accepting the challenge, and I appreciate people for finding us, because yes, Derek, this morning on Coach Company show, we were not on there. My days are Mondays and Thursdays, and so there's no bad ill will. I think this is stylistic differences, in my opinion. If I have to give it the PR method, it's stylistic differences. We're not on Coaching Company anymore. Fine. Whatever. Listen, I've been let go of far worse in my life. I promise you. Thankfully, my wife has not let go of me yet, but I've been let go of far worse. And so this is just it's just a change. And I am still a part of Coaching Company. Weekday wagers. Yes. And so is Mark.
So am I. There's just been a little scheduling change. I will be on in the evenings for their primetime shows, etc. So I will be doing segments there, just no more plays of the day. That's what it boils down to.
Which is fine. Like I said, stylistic differences, not a big deal. We still love everybody over there. There's been no changes. And in all honesty, I really think this is a good spot for us, because I'm still on the shows and I'm still going to be around and people can still find us. And now you just don't have to sift through Coaching Company stuff and then find Weekday Wagers and vice versa. You don't have to, do either or. You literally just go to Weekday Wagers or find us on social media. It's very simple. And I think it will simplify it, the process just overall. So if you're going to go get the play of the day, you got to go to JTS, and it's very simple, justthatsports.com. Derek's already found it. Yeah, you just go over there and find the Just As That Sports play of the day. So anything else that you want to get out of here before we move on?
No, you talk about just a crazy busy night in the sports world. I mean, we didn't even touch on college football, which has games playing tonight. MLB, 4 baseball games, one kicking off here in the next 40 minutes. Between college football, baseball, hockey, WNBA, there's so much going on. It's just a really great time of year. And again, I would like to say that I am so grateful that we had the opportunity at Coaching Company. I am very, very excited about what this opportunity presents for all of us, the chat, you, myself, Robbie, and I'm excited about the future of the Weekday Wager Show and where we go from here. So, yes, thank you guys so much for being a part of what we do every day. You make this so much fun for us. And I'm telling you, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you all. In fact, I didn't even get a chance to tell you, I think I'm meeting Nonsense McGee this weekend.
Hey-o.
I met Joe in Vegas. I'm meeting Nonsense in Buffalo.
Yeah, with the Sabres.
Yeah, with the Sabres.
I knew it. I see that. I already got it. I'm not going to forget. So yes, we do appreciate you all. We started this randomly, and I know we're just very long-winded on these shows, and being very appreciative because we honestly are. But we started on a stupid, I think it was Twitter or X, whatever, doing the spaces, and we enjoy each other so much. We kept doing it, and eventually it became, we're something we really enjoyed, and other people enjoyed as well. And now, I think of this show as the chat is a part of the show so much. And
Right.
I know that's not everybody's style and everybody's way that they like doing things, but we try to make you all a part of the show as much as possible. And without the chat, it would be really boring. It would not be what it allows us to act stupid and allows us to have a lot of fun together. And that's what we're doing, is hanging out together and just being friends. But realistically, the biggest thing is it's the chat does, and it is a big part of the show and always will be. So we'll make sure we always bring the chat in on it. But I see that Scott's always asking for the dingers. And the only dinger I have tonight is Vlad Guerrero, because Vladdy Daddy is going deep again. Is there anybody else out there? I've been watching, but I haven't really paid too much attention to who's going yard. Yeah. Even against Schlittler, like who's pitched well, I still like Vladdy.
Give me 1 second here. Oh, we're going over. Get rid of that. We want home runs. As I am looking at this very quickly, Ohtani is a big one. 35% implied probability with that. Aaron Judge is the second at 31% implied probability for his matchup. I would take Judge as opposed to Ohtani simply because Toronto is in a bullpen game. And these guys all know each other. They've seen the pitchers. They know what they're getting. There's no surprises. It's just a matter of who's going to win the matchup. And I would back Judge here. So that would be mine.
I'm seeing Judge plus 220 over at BetMGM right now. If you want to get him. And I'll go look real quick over at Ohtani as we are continuously going on through here. Ohtani, leadoff guy. Let me slide over to his home run number is plus 190, and that's BetMGM as well. So it looks like they have better, I guess we'll say better odds than others. Teoscar Hernandez.
Yeah, Teoscar. I was just looking at his numbers too. I like his numbers. He's hitting. He's gotten a home run in 2 of his last 5 games.
Yeah,
and he is 1 for 4 against who's the Philly pitcher?
Aaron Nola.
Yeah, Nola. And Nola struggled as of late, so that's not a bad look either. Like I said, Ohtani is never going to be a bad look.
Yeah.
I don't know how long Nola gets because this in the playoffs. Pitchers are a much shorter leash. If you're betting on pitcher outs, now you're finding them at 9.5 to 11.5, as opposed to the 17.5 usually during the season. Managers just pull them at the first sign of any sort of momentum going for the other team.
Right. No doubt. And Hernandez at plus 400. Plus 400 speaks my language for sure.
Well, so is Anzi Kopitar for a goal tonight. I love it.
The Kings, the LA Kings. I'm going to start saying these names so I remember. But tomorrow I am announcing who I'm going for. And I believe my hat should arrive today. I probably would have shared who I'm going for today if the hat would have arrived in time. But my hat arrives tomorrow or today. Should be there tomorrow. And so because of that, I'm gonna let you all know. But tomorrow on the show, do not miss another show live 2 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. And then on Sunday nights at halftime of Sunday Night Football.
Oh, so much fun.
We're having a lot of fun just for the simple fact of being able to do some live betting. And anytime you ever hear this sound, right? Where is it? Right here. That means we just cashed a live bet. You aren't being pulled over. We just cashed a live bet on the show. And so we're doing that on Sunday night. So now you can come to Weekday Wagers and check us out here as we go live. That's all we got. That's a lot, but that's all we got. Tune in Monday through Friday right here, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'll be with Robbie as well as Raphael, who's coming to hang out with us again, breaking down that Thursday night football game between, it's not the Phillies, it's the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's the Eagles.
And the New York Giants.
It's not the Flyers.
It's not the Flyers. But thank you all for hanging out with us. We appreciate the chat coming in. It is day one, and this is where we start off, and we're going to have so much fun as we continue on this journey and hopefully include all of you. But guess what? You're not going to beat me on Fridays. I promise. We'll see you tomorrow.